Really? Another football video, I hear you say? Didn't you just do one? I also hear you say. To which I reply, I can't help it. I love football. I love football video games. What can I say? I have hobbies. We're talking about Retro Bowl. Today we're talking about Retro Bowl, which is harder to say during voiceover than you think it would be. I started playing it last year and I got hooked almost immediately. It's a mobile game developed by New Star Games, an indie developer specializing in sports RPGs. I chose not to include it in the Football's Cult Classics video because it hasn't been out for very long. But, as it turns out, it is the perfect kind of game to highlight on Just for Real Quick. See how I turned that into the title card? You're working with a professional here, people. Retro Bowl is a classic NES-style 2D football game available on Android, iOS, and on PC as well, if you'd prefer. Once you start the game, you'll be named the new head coach of a bad team on the last game of the season, which is every coach's dream, I just know that. You can also just pick your favorite team and just take charge there, but that's really boring. From there, the franchise is yours to rebuild as you see fit. You're in charge of drafting players, signing free agents, signing coaching staff, as well as upgrading your facilities. Your main goal, of course, is to build a dynasty, to win games, build a huge fan base, and have your team win as many championships, aka Retro Bowls, as possible. But be warned, this game is highly addictive. I can find myself playing half of a season in one sitting. The gameplay is fast-paced and is perfectly designed for mobile play. You can seriously just play the game with one hand, which frees up your other hand to do other things, like hold your can of soda or change the channel on the television. There aren't any playbooks to sift through. Instead, the amount of different plays is determined by the level of your offensive coordinator, and you don't have to worry about playing defense, which I see as both a pro and a con. On the plus side, it keeps games moving fast. The negative is that you don't have any input on how well your defense performs on the field. You just have to kind of hope that the defenders you drafted are good enough to make tackles and get turnovers, and a lot of times they just really aren't. You draft some real stinkers. Each player has their own morale meter, which ranges from excellent to toxic. This shows you how they feel about their role on the team and affects how they act off the field. Before each game, an event will occur at random that you, as the head coach, need to deal with. It could be something as simple as deciding to attend a meeting with the owner or meeting with your coordinators. The morale system doesn't affect the on-field gameplay at all, but it does make for something else to do aside from just going game to game. Like I said before, it's super easy to get addicted to this game. Each game takes just a few minutes to play, and they can be really exciting depending on the strength of your opponent. The game has a dynamic difficulty setting that's turned on by default, which is nice because the other teams get tougher as you get more and more comfortable with the game. However, it does cap out at a certain point, so once you get the hang of the mechanics and you get yourself like a couple of speedy wide receivers, you can pretty much score at will. But hey, that's when you just roll another team and start the process over again. Hell, there's 5 save files, you might as well use them, right? Personally, I recommend playing on the hard difficulty after you get more comfortable with the game. The defense just plays much faster. Cornerbacks set the edge on run plays, safeties stay deep on pass plays, and defenders in general take much smarter pursuit angles. As I was playing season after season, I found myself getting strangely attached to the players on my team, and if that sounds weird, don't worry, I'm already in therapy, so I'm way ahead of you. On my save file as Miami, I drafted this running back, Steven Gustin, which is a great name by the way. who went on to be, in real world standards, the greatest football player ever. By the time I let him retire, he had over 280 rushing touchdowns and over 22,000 career yards. This guy won pretty much every award in football. He won Rookie of the Year. He got 5 Offensive Player of the Year awards, 6 MVP awards, and got 4 Retro Bowl rings. Just goes to show you could always trust in Gustin. That sounds a lot stupider now that I said it out loud. Retro Bowl really is an incredibly fun football game. So if you're looking for something new to play on the bus, on the train, on the toilet, wherever, give it a shot. I love this game a lot, and who knows, you might too. I mean, I don't make that decision for you. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. John bless the neck, the knees, and the Achilles.